If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
KFI AM 640, it's Conway Show. Dodgers tomorrow. A big parade downtown, and then a big celebration at Dodger Stadium tomorrow. You need tickets and parking to get in, though. So go tomorrow. Go to the parade, and then go see the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium tomorrow. That parade starts in the morning. Then the Dodgers celebration at Dodger Stadium is at 12:30 in the afternoon. We've got a problem in Florida with snakes, pythons, wiping everybody out in Florida.
There's a slithering threat lurking in the Florida Everglades. Burmese pythons, the invasive species literally eating the wildlife into extinction. The pythons can grow to 18 feet long, and as you can see in the video, they are capable of opening their jaws wider than previously thought, making them capable of swallowing whole native deer and alligators.
Wow, how about that? Swallowing an entire deer. Oh, wow. An 18-foot python in your backyard in Florida?
And those are even smaller than you, Ellen, so you watch out there. Severe declines in mammal populations throughout the Everglades National Park have declined since to the species of the raccoon.
Okay, so what do we do about it? What do we do about these pythons? I think they're going to kill them.
Opossum, bobcat populations, they have been decimated. Some mammals have effectively disappeared.
Wow.
Imagine just thousands and thousands of pythons eating their way through the Everglades.
Every python that these participants remove is one more python out of here. We send one more out of the glades.
You know, pythons are not natural. They're not a natural species. They were brought into Florida, and either they got away from their owner or they were too big for their owner. They slithered away, they reproduced, and now they're wiping out the Florida wildlife.
But that's also one less thing that's just eating the glades.
Local officials hold an annual python hunt. Officials say the hunts are crucial to curbing the population because the snakes have no known predators.
I am just cringing. Oh, that's so gross.
Yes. What? Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Somebody whispered in my ear, maybe you can make an edit there at the end. Which word?
Local officials hold an annual python hunt.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No, you can do that at home if you like. I'm not editing that word. It's what? It's in there twice? I'm not doing that. You can do it at home. I thought it was just once. It's twice?
Local officials hold an annual python hunt. Officials say the hunts are crucial to curbing the population.
Okay, no. I'm not doing that. You can edit it home and have fun with that word. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. We had a report here, and this is great for Fox 11 and Fox News and Fox everybody, Fox Sports. But the 2024 World Series, it will be the most watched Fall Classic in 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. LA Dodgers complete their 5-game series of the New York Yankees, 7-6 on Wednesday. Fox Sports outlets, you got Fox Broadcasts, you got Fox streaming services. They averaged 18.6 million viewers for the game. That's a 7-year high for the World Series. The series as a whole averaged almost 16 million viewers across the platforms, making it the biggest World Series since the Houston Astros 7-game victory over the Dodgers when the Houston Astros cheated in 2017. And so that's great because last year, I think it was an all-time low. Yeah, the 2024 World Series also posted huge gains over last year, which sunk to an all-time low of 9 million viewers per game. So this year they had close to 19. So that's a big deal for our buddy Eric Shanks and his whole crew at Fox Sports. That's a big deal. I bet you somebody, if not a lot of people at Fox Sports, wanted this to go to a Game 7. That would have been off the charts when it comes to ratings. Off the charts. All right, so tomorrow, Dodger Stadium, fans got a little bit crazy last night, and that didn't look good. Didn't look good, but it looks like, there was a little bit of violence, a little bit of looting, but not crazy. Some stores got broken into last night. Guy lost his hand. Two shoe stores got broken into, and they lit an MTA bus on fire. But that's not bad for Los Angeles. I think we got off.
It seems like the celebrations definitely got out of hand last night. People doing donuts, even setting an MTA bus on fire. This happened early this morning around 12:30 a.m. and LAPD reported that a hostile crowd surrounded an MTA bus and tried to set it on fire near Sunset and Echo Park Avenue.
Who's doing that? Who's lighting buses on fire?
Now, Metro released a statement saying they were disappointed and angered by the senseless act of vandalism. And Metro officials say that
I'm disappointed. And I don't even drive for MTA, and I'm disappointed.
And Metro officials say that they're thankful the bus operator and 5 passengers were safely evacuated before the bus was set on fire. Police did tell us this morning that no arrests were made, but people were also stealing items and looting stores at various locations overnight as well.
I wonder if it's a spontaneous thought, a spontaneous decision to light a bus on fire, or are people at home saying, hey, let's go downtown. We'll dress up in Dodger gear so people think we're Dodger fans, and let's light one of those buses on fire. Want to do that? Yeah, okay. All right, let's go do that. I wonder what happens if it's just on the spur of the moment or if it's planned out. I don't know.
Police say 6 people were arrested after stealing items at a Nike store on South Broadway in downtown LA. There was also a tactical alert in place, and officers were trying to disperse crowds throughout the night.
Yeah, crowds, you got to get out. Oh, man, is that loud? Holy. Too loud. Too loud. Oh, God. God, it is loud. All right, when we come back, we're going to take a break a little early here because Dean Sharp's coming on. I always like to give that guy a bunch of time because people love the Dean Sharp segment. The House Whisperer comes on with us every Thursday at 6:20 p.m. So Dean Sharp up next. We'll talk some details, like learn what colors to paint a room, adjustable lighting, keep the kitchen quiet, and also the bed doesn't need more pillows. It does need more blank. I'll tell you what that is when we come back.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
On demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It is the Conway Show. This is the big night for Halloween for kids. Please be careful out there. I'm sure Dean Sharp will agree. Dean Sharp is with us. How are you, bub?
I'm good. I'm ready to get out trick-or-treating.
Buddy, I looked at today's rundown, and I love it because I am a big fan of lighting like you are. I think that's one of the things we have in common. I love light. Do you remember when you used to put in, canisters and stuff like that? You used to have to buy the type of lighting you want, and now almost all of those lights are adjustable, where there's like 5 or 6 different adjustments on all of them.
Yes, absolutely. If we're talking about recessed can lights, one of the things everybody needs to know, and I'm surprised more homeowners don't understand this, but I get it. You just got your house that way and you've never actually seen the guts. But a recessed can light is made out of 2 parts, essentially. There's the part that's built into the house up in the ceiling. We call that the housing. Mm-hmm. But then the actual thing that holds the light and it has a color to it, whether it's black or white, or whether it's a baffle, or whether it moves, that's called the trim. And these days, every major brand of recessed can lighting has not just 4 or 5, but I mean 30, 40, sometimes 50 different trims that can go on those cans. And they are super easy for you. You don't have to be an electrician to change them out. You just got to get up on the ladder, pull the one trim down, unclip it, and plug the new trim in.
Oh, that's cool. You know, I heard that, not I heard, but I always assume when I walk into somebody's house, a sign of they made it, and we don't have one, and I don't think we did have one like 3 houses ago. But I always, when I walk into a kitchen, I think people have made it if they have an island. Isn't that weird?
That's because you and I grew up in a time in which there what right. Islands were only things in like executive kitchens somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so for us, they are like, and that's design, decor. They are cultural stories. Eventually, the day will come when it'll be like, oh, you have an island? That's kind of passe.
Yeah, but I still think it's a big deal. I do.
Great.
You know what I also think is a big deal is when somebody, and again, I think people have made it when I go into somebody's house and I see a water source at the stove where you can fill up a pot of water right there at the stove from a spigot.
Yeah.
Are there complications with that, though, with the heat and the water and plumbing so close to electricity?
Not really. I got a weird story I could tell you about that.
Right.
Here's how long I've been doing this. When I was working on the very first home very first estate level property, it was a little 12,000 square foot house in Brentwood Park. The very first one that I was given design director control over, we decided, you know what? We're going to put a pasta pot filler over the cooktop in this executive kitchen because it was a major entertainer's kitchen. And people were like, what? What is that? They didn't even know what it was. We had seen them in restaurant kitchens, but we'd never seen one in a house. So when I went searching for it, of course, this is pre everything. This is like 1992. We went searching for them and couldn't find one. So I ended up getting a laundry sink, a janitorial laundry sink. Okay. The kind that you see in school when you look in the janitor's closet, right?
Right.
It had this little bendy spout on it and the whole thing. And we had it totally like a $15 faucet, but we had it stripped down. We had it sent off to our nickel plating company. We had them nickel plate it to match the rest of the hardware.
Oh, wow.
And the realtors who walked through that house when we were done, that's all they could talk about.
Oh,
they were
that's
like,
great.
Oh my gosh, you would not believe what is over the cooktop in this kitchen. And now, of course, every major plumbing manufacturer has like 12 of them.
You know what? Again, Dean Sharp's with us. House was for every Saturday and Sunday here on KFI. I also love, and people either love this or hate it. I love it. My wife hates it. I love in the kitchen under cabinet like fluorescent lighting. I think that's a cool thing.
Yeah, but not fluorescent. Fluorescent.
No, but now it's not fluorescent though. But it's the what is it?
It's all LED.
LED. I'm sorry, right? LED. Yeah, LED. Yeah. But whatever. Just having lighting under the cabinet, I think, is a cool deal.
Under the under the uppers that shine down onto the countertop. If the uppers fall short of the ceiling line, we put them up on top of the uppers and spray up against the ceiling. And I'll tell you where my favorite application is these days. We put it in everybody's home, and that is LED lighting in the cabinet kick down where your feet are.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
Right down there in the kick. In fact, it becomes the favorite light for movie night because there's just enough glow coming out of that. You can make your way into the kitchen, pop another, bag of popcorn and get back in without glaring out everybody who's sitting in the adjacent room trying to watch the movie. It is a wonderful, beautiful effect.
For people that don't have the money to add on and they want to make their house look a little bigger, or you can control the size of the room with color. Isn't that right?
That is true. Yeah. Not a lot of people realize that. Now, we can't turn a tiny room into a warehouse, but right. You do need to understand that if you've got a small room to begin with and you decide to go for a warm, cozy color, warm colors, you're going to make that room feel even smaller. And unfortunately, that's what most people do. So here's the rule, general rule, and it's just the truth. You paint a small space with cool colors like blues, and you will make a small room as large as it can possibly be. And if you have an oversized room that you're trying desperately to make feel more intimate, then that is where you use the warm colors, because warm colors come at you and cool colors recede away from you.
Oh, is that right? That's a rule of thumb, huh?
Yep.
Okay. And you're not afraid of contrast, I heard.
I am not afraid of contrast. I love that. As long as we're doing it tastefully. And I'd much rather see some amazing favorite color that you have on one wall in a room contrasting with everything else than for you to make the mistake of taking that color and, painting the entire room, because then it just becomes an emotional cave and nobody's going to enjoy it.
Let me ask you a question, and maybe you know the answer, maybe you don't. I'm not expecting you to. But when somebody on your block paints a house bright pink or bright red or yellow or, a green stripes or whatever, and everybody else in the neighborhood hates it, what makes people do that?
I literally, well, you know what? I don't know.
Because you've seen it before, right?
Know. Oh, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
And I also I rue it when it happens like on my way home, because then I have to find another way to drive to my house. So I don't go by. But
good.
At the end of the day, it's this. Design matters most. I preach it every single week, and so these mistakes can be avoided. And that's not to say that you can't have your favorite color popping at your house. I want you to let your freak flag fly, but that kind of color on the outside of an entire house, no.
I should tell you this off the air, but I'm going to say it on the air because I don't have your. I guess I do have your text, but I want to tell you that I overheard some woman in this building, maybe Robin Bertolucci, say that her favorite thing in the world to do is travel with you and Tina.
That may be the case.
She just loves it.
I'm a fun date.
But just traveling, it said, looking at buildings, they look at it differently. They have a historic, perspective of things, and you add to vacations.
And I try and bite my lip half the time so I don't just nerd out all the time. They're like, okay, we're going to go down this street and Dean's just going to start spouting. Did you know?
Yeah.
You know what? But I hold back, but I do let a little bit out. I'm like, hey, you guys see that? That's really cool. And here's why. And so, everybody in that little group adds their own bit of flavor to the trip, and that's why we enjoy it so much.
Excellent. But I appreciate you coming on. We'll talk to you next week, and we'll listen to you over the weekend.
Sounds great. Thanks,
all right.
bud.
Dean Sharp, House Whisperer, Saturday morning, 6 to 8 a.m. Sunday morning, 9 to 11 a.m. Ooh, 9 to 11 a.m. But wait a minute. The show is successful, and they extended him. When you get a show extended on a weekend, it's rare. They usually take time away from you. 9 to noon every Sunday right here on KFI. It's Conway Show. Halloween is tonight. Please, please do me a favor. Maybe we've never met. Maybe you've just heard me on the air. But maybe you think you owe me a favor. I'm going to cash it in right now. Please be careful driving around kids tonight. Please do me a favor. Do me a personal favor. Drive slowly and think about me until you get home. And let's spare these kids tonight. Let's get home without hitting any of these kids tonight. They're going to be out. They're going to be dressed dark. Streets are dark. A lot of people stealing copper wire all over the place. And these kids have their whole life in front of them. It's really silly, really stupid to take that away from them because you want to get home 2 minutes earlier. Please do me a favor. I'll never ask you anything again. Just please slow down.
You're listening to...
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640. It is the Conway Show. Halloween. It's already getting dark. Oh, it is dark. Even turn around. Wow. What time is it? It's dark at 6:36. God. So it's completely dark outside. That means kids are trick-or-treating. Please be careful. I know I say it over and over, but I can't say it enough. Every year we do stories about how kids get wiped out because somebody's driving too fast or recklessly. And it ruins a lot of lives. Please slow down. Please. All right. Speaking of fast cars, the Irwindale Speedway. Crozier, you live out near, how far are you from Irwindale Speedway?
About halfway from here to my home.
Okay, it's before your home.
Yes.
All right. You know,
they're right at the 605.
You're shutting it down.
Yeah, I heard.
That's been a staple for many, many decades here.
Man, when I think of it, I smell the demolition derbies.
I can hear it when, at night when I'm leaving Santa Anita and I go down to 605, I'm going down, south when we used to live in Seal Beach. I could hear it on the freeway. You can hear.
I got to admit, I was a little bit ignorant too. It was open for people for the public to just bring their cars in and race them.
I guess so.
That's pretty friggin' cool.
Yeah, I think you had to have insurance and sign your life away in case. But when I was in Duarte looking for a car, I could clearly hear Irwindale Speedway from that, and that was a mile and a half away or a mile away or so. It's loud.
So awesome.
So I think I understand why some people in the area are not completely heartbroken that it's closing. It is loud.
Irwindale Speedway and Event Center making that announcement yesterday, bringing an end to the decades-long car culture destination for everything from NASCAR showcases to street legal races, hoping to deter the illegal ones we constantly see out in our communities. According to the San Gabriel Valley Tribune, the land on which this sits on changed ownership about 2 years ago, with developers looking to turn the 67 acres now into a 700,000 square foot outdoor mall and business.
Oh, that's great. That's what we need. Another mall.
67 acres now into
67 acres. It's going to be a brand new Irwindale Mall.
Outdoor mall and business and industrial park.
Wow.
Slated in to bring in a lot of jobs to the area. This has been really in the works since 2015. So they're going to demolish this area and make plans for the new mall. Now, this has gone through some changes. Many people knew this as the San Gabriel Speedway back in the 60s and 70s. Then it became a quarry before it turned into the Irwindale Speedway. There's a lot of events planned for its final farewell on December 21st. All of the assets and events have now been transferred over to Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway in Bakersfield.
There you go. It's over. All right. Speaking of brand new developments, Ontario is building a $100 million sports complex that is going to be host to the Dodgers single-A minor league team.
It isn't a field of dreams. It's a field where dreams came true.
It's been 20 years in the making. Today, the city of Ontario broke ground on a 190-acre Ontario Sports Empire complex.
Man, they're doing it right out on Ontario. Ontario is the place to be out there in the Inland Empire. That whole area is going to explode with growth over the next 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
And then they got that train coming in from Vegas.
Yep. And it started with the airport when they really started expanding and making the improvements with that.
That's old school, an old school airport. I remember leaving out of that airport to go to Portland for Thanksgiving, and I parked probably 75 feet from the entrance of that airport for $8 a day.
It's one of the best. I'm picking up a friend of mine tomorrow night after work from Ontario, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to just how easy that is. It's one of those weird things.
It's incredible.
It's not, and they still have the old terminal out there where you actually have to load onto the plane from the tarmac and you go up the stairs.
Oh, I like that.
Which is really cool too.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Except when it's 110.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's sweating on the plane. But Ontario, they got it going on out there.
Which will include multiple fields for youth sports and a professional baseball stadium.
We manage complexes from New York to California now. And what you're looking at with this site plan in this market with this type of design There's nothing like it in the country. This will be a national destination, Mayor.
Mayor Paul Leone and city officials were on hand to sign a ceremonial lease agreement with the Los Angeles Dodgers single A team, which will begin playing at the new $100 million stadium beginning in 2026.
Really excited to partner with everybody to see the next generation of Dodgers take their first steps in their professional careers right here through the city of Ontario.
Yes.
Ron Say, who played for the LA Dodgers and was named World Series co-MVP in 1981, spoke to the importance of the minor leagues in developing young players' skills.
Ron Say, the Penguin on the hot corner. Let's see what he had to say about it.
The minor league systems are incredibly important to the honing of the skills of the young players. It gives them an opportunity to play against higher competition as you move up the ladder.
The minor league team currently plays in the city of Rancho Cucamonga as the Quakes, but next year their contract with the city will expire. With the single A team moving to Ontario, that also includes a name change, which the public is invited to get in on.
Go OntarioProfessionalBaseball.com and hit us with some creative and fun team names, and maybe you can be the person that names the team.
The complex is destined to be where players
No,
their dreams.
that's a wrap. Having computer problems here. I wanted to find. I can't find it here. Maybe we'll do it on Monday. All right, Chipotle is in the news. I know Steph Oosh, big Chipotle fan, loves Chipotle. They have something cool going on here, and man, something's happened on the computer. Let me see if I can play this here.
Long after customers have complained, Chipotle finally admits it has a portion size problem, which can vary depending on location. Now
All right, it's not working. But basically, they are going to have another portion at Chipotle for guys that are going for it in life. I think that's what it is. It's called the I'm going for it in life portion.
Not the Steph portion?
No, they just load them up, man. Load them up. But that is a cool hang, that Chipotle. Every time I've ordered online and I've gone there to pick it up, it's been ready every single time. You have to sit there and wait for it. They have that system down. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back and talk, wrap up Dodgers, big parade tomorrow, and big party at the stadium. Give you some more details on that when we come back. It's Halloween. Please slow down, look out for those kids, and get home a minute later and get home in one piece without wiping out some kids.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.